Let's dive right into this. Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're unpacking the chilling cinematic lore of The Conjure: Evil Returns. Now, what's particularly fascinating about the source material we're looking at today is that we're analyzing the Hindi-dubbed version of this Hollywood horror film. And let me tell you, if you want to really understand how to explain the Hindi voice acting in this film, you have to hear it. It adds this incredibly intense, theatrical grit to the dark magic we're about to explore. We're going to track exactly how a group of highly rational medical students stumbles into an ancient, world-ending nightmare.
Listen to the weight of this opening incantation. Translated, the characters cry out, "O God of darkness, Belial, fill this body with your soul and grant me eternal power." In the Hindi dub, the chilling delivery of these words carries a heavy, almost Shakespearean weight that elevates the terror way beyond a standard reading. It's the perfect example of how the Hindi voice brings a spine-chilling phonetic intensity to the film. I mean, I have to ask you right off the bat, what would you do if you found a 500-year-old book of black magic in your university library? Most of us would just walk away, right? But curiosity can be deadly, and this uncompromising tone sets the stage for everything that follows.
Section 1. The Book of the Terrifying Witch. Now, every good horror story has a cursed object right at its center. And here, it's a manuscript literally overflowing with ancient, deadly secrets. If we look at the dark historical lineage of this thing, it starts way back in 1489, when a woman named Judith von Ingolstadt is burned at the stake for witchcraft. Fast forward to 1963, and a Dominican priest's diary detailing that exact event is found by a Professor Mehring. And then, well, we hit the present day, where naive medical students, including our protagonist Mila, accidentally steal this surviving spellbook. It creates this brilliant dramatic irony, because we, the audience, know the immense danger long before these kids do.
So, what does this book actually do? Well, its ultimate purpose is the Antichrist summoning ritual. This isn't just a book of cheat party tricks to get back at an ex, you know? It contains a highly specific, totally gruesome blood ritual designed to prepare a human host for the Antichrist, who is referred to in the lore as the demon Belial. The stakes literally could not be higher here.
Section 2. Modern Science versus Black Magic.
The sheer brilliance of this story really lies in its setting, a modern medical university. These students are trained to rely strictly on what they can see, measure, and cut. On one hand, we've got anatomy class, cutting bodies, modern medicine, pure rationality. But on the other hand, we have the book's rituals, resurrecting the dead, blood spells, and totally chaotic, irrational demonic forces. Our characters are caught right in the middle of this clash. They think they understand the human body perfectly, but they are completely blind to the soul and the supernatural.
Okay, so how does the trouble actually start? The girls find a flying spell in the book, and naturally, they decide to try it in their dorm. Step 1, a drop of wax on the forehead. Step 2, stick a bird's feather to it. Step 3, add a droplet of water. And Step 4, chant in Latin. It's almost playful, right? It just feels like a harmless college dare. But as we soon learn, innocently meddling with these medieval chants is the exact trigger for absolute chaos.
Section 3. The Mystery of the Stolen Hearts. What starts as girls playing with wax and feathers in a dorm room morphs into grotesque, real-world crimes right there on the medical campus. The inventory from the anatomy lab reveals a terrifying truth. Kidneys and livers are going missing, which, let's be honest, is weird enough on its own. But crucially, 3 human hearts have vanished. And here is the truly terrifying detail from the lore. The ancient ritual requires that the final heart must be harvested from a living victim. The demonic mythology is literally bleeding directly into their medical reality.
To understand why these organs are being stolen in the first place, we have to understand the blood ritual itself. It's a dark practice utilizing venous, arterial, and menstrual blood to grant unimaginable power to a satanic host. The film masterfully links the clinical medical setting, where blood is just a biological transport mechanism, to the demonic lore where blood is the ultimate supernatural currency.
Section 4. The Weimar family's madness.
The sheer scale of the obsession here is just staggering. We actually learned that the former head of anatomy, Weimar, and his family have obsessively compiled family trees of female students for over 300 years. They've been secretly tracking the bloodline of the original witch, Judith von Ingolstadt, waiting patiently for centuries for her descendant to arrive at the university.
And that leads to a deeply chilling realization from the psychotic Frank Weimar. He issues a warning that translates to, "When the devil appears, he never tolerates anyone next to him." And again, exploring that Hindi voice performance, his delivery just drips with a manic, unforgiving absolute.
The actor's performance captures this breathless, terrifying certainty. He knows you cannot negotiate with this entity. It's an absolute, unforgiving force. It's going to destroy anyone who tries to stand beside it or control it for their own gain.
Section 5. The arrival of the demon Belial.
So, the stolen hearts, the tracked bloodlines, the stolen spellbook, it all culminates right here. The big question on everyone's mind is simply, can the devil be stopped? The dark rituals have begun, the demonic forces have fully taken over the anatomy lab, and modern logic and science have completely failed our protagonists.
And then boom, the ultimate plot twist drops. The demon reveals to Mila, you are the last descendant of Judith von Ingolstadt. Yep, Mila, our highly rational, science-minded protagonist, is actually the burned witch's final blood descendant. Her blood is the key. It's incredibly powerful, making her the perfect, albeit unwilling host for the ritual.
Section 6. Final struggle and terrifying victory.
Mila has to completely reject her dark destiny and fight back using both her wits and the very incantations she initially mocked. It all boils down to this fiery, intense exorcism. The iconic banishment translates to, "In the name of God, I send you to hell." And the Hindi voice actress delivers this line with such incredible guttural force. The visceral nature of the dubbing here makes the climax feel totally explosive, as the demon Belial is forcefully banished, slamming shut the demonic portal that had been ripped open right in the middle of a university campus.
But I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. 1,000 years is just a single day for the devil. The demon might be banished for now, but evil is incredibly patient. I mean, if a 500-year-old book could cause this much destruction today, what happens tomorrow? Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive into The Conjure Evil Returns. I really hope exploring this lore helped illuminate the dark corners of this fascinating story. Keep questioning what you know, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.